Okay, so for today, we will be just having the continuation of the position paper itself pa din. Okay, so last time, no, we do have the introduction and we do have the emphasis of the three terminologies, no, si issue, si claim, tsaka si argument. Okay, so for now, no, we will be continuing the discussion. So writing a position paper featuring persuasion and argumentation, and the other terminologies na that you should be mindful of now when it comes to writing a position paper. Okay, so what are those kaya? So first and foremost, let's have this pre-activity to be done no, orally na lang. So identify the term being described no, from the statements below. So write T if the statement is true and write F if otherwise no, or false. Okay. So first question. So persuasion writing daw appeals no, to the reader's emotion. Is it true or false? Persuasion writing appeals not to the reader's emotion. Yes, Lian.
Sir, ano po? True.
Okay, no, true. No, definitely. No, that is true. Okay, so very good. Number 2, advertisements no use persuasion. Do advertisements ba use persuasion? Advertisements use persuasion. Other hands? Who would like to try? Do advertisements ba use persuasion? Yes, Labasan.
True po.
True. Okay, very good. No? So yes, advertisements use no persuasion. Third, using persuasion will ask someone to take action after believing what the speaker has said. Is it true or false? Using persuasion will ask someone to take action after believing what the speaker has said. Yes, Angela.
True po.
Okay, true. Okay, so definitely that is a true pa din, di ba? How can we say that someone has been persuaded if na hindi niya gagawin yung action? Okay, so you can say that you have persuaded someone, okay, if no he or she no did an action no with regards to that. Okay, so that is true. 4, argumentation uses logic and evidences in making a claim. Do argumentation ba uses or does argumentation ba uses logic and evidences in making a claim? Yes, Logroño.
True po, sir.
Okay, no, so that is basically true. Okay, pag argumentation, okay, it uses logic tsaka evidence. Now, does science, no, do science and law use argumentation? Yes, Reformo.
True po.
Okay, true, of course, no? So argumentation uses logic and evidence. Okay, so if science and law uses argumentation, then science and law uses logic and evidences as well. So that is true. 6th, an introduction elaborates details of the writer's position. Is it true or false? An introduction elaborates the statement in the introduction. An introduction elaborates details of the writer's position. Is it true or false? Yes, Aryan. Again? True. An introduction elaborates details of the writer's position. The correct answer is false. Okay? Yes, that's true. Na dapat yung position paper, yung position natin or stand natin na with regards to a particular issue must be present in the introduction part. Okay? But not to the extent of the details of it. Okay, so the details of your position, okay, so the explanation no, and the likes no, must be written at the body part, not at the body of the paper. Okay? So pero yung position dapat na nakikita na doon pa lang sa introduction, but not to the extent of elaborating the details of it. Okay? So that is false. 7, the conclusion reiterates the statement in the introduction. The conclusion reiterates the statement in the introduction. Yes, Labasan.
True po.
Okay, very good. That's true. 8, the body of the paper is the largest part. Is it true? Reforma?
True po.
Okay, no, definitely true. Okay, so it is the largest part naman of the body of the paragraph or the body of the paper rather. Next, second to the last, a thesis no, is an essential one-sentence part of the essay. A thesis is an essential one-sentence part of the essay. Yes, Angeline.
False po.
False. Okay. What else? Why false? Yes, Reforma.
Sir, true po.
That's true.
Mahalaga po yung thesis sa isang essay po.
Yes po. No. Yes, no, that's true naman. A thesis, or we are talking about a thesis statement, no, that not the thesis of our research. Okay, so it's an essential one sentence, no, part of the essay. So iba pa yung main idea natin. So meron tayong main idea per paragraph, no, the main topic. Okay, pero meron tayong pinaka main idea of the entirety of the essay. So that is the thesis statement. And then lastly is the writers needs to exhaust ideas through extensive gathering of information from different sources. Writers need to exhaust ideas through extensive gathering of information from different sources. Is it true or false? Yes, Angeline.
True.
Okay, true. No, definitely true. Okay, so hindi lang po pwede, no, opinion lang natin. Okay, so you must have no gathered, okay, informations no from credible no sources, no from legit sources. So hindi lang sa kung kaninong source. Okay, so in order for your opinion or reasons, okay, to be valid and to be strong, no, in order for your argument to be strong. So it must be backed up no with evidences gathered no by the writer or by yours. Okay, so those are the pre-activity questions. So let's have the definition of terms, no, just like what I mentioned last time. Meron pa mga ibang definition pa, okay, that you should know. Okay, so argument, reason, and factual. So yung argument, nasabi na natin last time. So when we say argument, it is a statement of reasons, facts, no, intended to support your POV, no, your point of view. Okay, so yun yung mga arguments ninyo. Reasons naman are sufficient ground. No, this is an explanation or a logical defense to explain a fact. Okay, so yun yung inyong reasoning, no, kung baga na tinatawag. So that is an explanation. And then factual from the word itself, no, hindi na kailangan natin i-explain. Factual, no, from the root word facts. So it is restricted and it is based on facts. Okay, so that is being factual. Okay, so yun yung isa sa importante, no, when it comes to a position paper. So dapat po, no, yung mga information, okay, so brought out or written must be factual. Other terminologies pa. So meron pa tayong tinatawag na issue, claim, at counterclaim. So sa issue, so kagaya ng sabi natin last time, it is the point at which an unsettled matter is ready for a decision. Simply the topic, simply the problem, the conflict, or the issue, okay, itself at hand. So yung claim kanina is stand corrected with the given definition last time. Okay, pero still no, your claim no is the sort of your point of view, your stand or your position. Okay, pero in its actual meaning, not an action to resist an attack. Okay, merong ibang kasing definition doon. Merong ibang terminology. Okay, that is a defense kasi. So yung claim natin is an assertion of the truth of something, typically one that is disputed or in doubt. So again, ang claim, an assertion of the truth of something, typically one that is disputed or in doubt. Okay, so yun pumapasok yung ating stand or your position or take no when it comes to a particular problem or issue. Next is the counterclaim. So counterclaim, this is purposely made to rebut no a previous claim. So kung meron kang claim, of course, merong counterclaim. Okay, so meron yung, let's say for example, this is your reason, and then the counterclaim, there are other reasons pa no, kung bakit ganito yung problem. Okay, so in a position paper, no, it is important as well no, to acknowledge the counterclaim. Okay, so hindi lang po yung claim mo. Of course, no, you have your claim, and then on your position paper, you have to acknowledge the counterclaim, and then afterwards, you have to refute the counterclaim. Kumbaga, papabulaanan mo rin no, sa position paper mo. Okay, yung counterclaim na yan. Para of course, no, the reader, okay, yung attention ng reader dun pa rin sa claim mo, not to the counterclaim. But still, it is imperative no, that you should acknowledge the counterclaim pa din. Okay, so para lang malinaw at pwedeng mag-compare yung nagbabasa no, or yung nakikinig. Okay, so that is a counterclaim. Last sets of definition of terms. Persuade, evidence, and opinion. So persuade from the word itself na persuade, to convince. Okay, so lagi nyo nang naririnig yun. It is to cause someone to believe about something through consistent effort of convincing. So that's one characteristic dapat of a position paper. Okay, so dapat nakakapag-persuade siya. Okay, ng mga nagbabasa. Para makitake ng side sa inyo yung nagbabasa ng inyong position paper. Okay, so to cause someone to believe about something through consistent effort of convincing. Next are evidences or evidence. So these are facts or information as proof whether a belief or proposition is true or valid. So patunay na to. So these are evidences are the proof of the reasons, of the arguments, of the opinion that you're going to give. Okay? So of course, para mas maging strong yung ating argument, yung mga opinions and reasons given, it must be backed up with evidences from a valid and credible sources. And then meron pa tayong tinatawag na opinion. So opinion, so this view or judgment about something is formed not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. This is just your thoughts, ideas. Okay, so hindi naman kailangan maging factual or anything. Okay, because this is just only your opinion. Okay, so just like what I mentioned, opinion will not suffice, okay, unless na-back up with evidences and factual information. And then lastly, hindi ko lang nalagay dyan is the word defense. Okay, yung defense po, yun yung an action or word to resist an attack. Okay, so when we say defense, it is an action or word not to resist an attack. So I would like to clarify lang the previous definition given to claim. Okay, so yung claim kanina, again, that is an assertion of the truth of something. Okay, so the stand or the position. And now, when we say defense, that is an action or word not to resist an attack. Okay, so from the word itself, defense, depensa mo po. Okay, so those are some additional definition of terms lang naman when it comes to position paper. Okay, so there are two basic ways of writing which is specialized at convincing. Okay, so we will be having the introduction of the persuasion tsaka argumentation. Okay, kasi of course, it is very much important to know how to write persuasively tsaka argumentatively, okay, which help you in writing a position paper. Okay, kasi ganun din sa position paper na dapat na-persuade natin yung nagbabasa. All right, so when we say persuasion, this appeals to the reader's emotion, not to make them believe something or take a specific action. Persuasion can also use logic and evidence. Okay, so pag sabi persuasion, if you would like to persuade or to convince someone, of course, okay, you must draw the reader's emotion. Okay, not just their attention, but also their emotion. Okay, para maniwala sila and to take a specific action. Okay, so para masabi natin that you have persuaded someone, okay, so they must do something or they must took action or a specific action. Okay, so para masabi natin that they have been persuaded. Okay, so also the persuasion, although it appeals to readers' emotion, pwede rin siya gumamit ng logic tsaka evidences. Okay, unlike on the other hand of the argumentation. So argumentation only relies on logic and evidence to build a case for a specific claim. Okay, argumentation emphasizes appeals to emotion. Okay, although parehas sila nagko-convince. Okay, they are specialized in convincing when it comes to writing. But on the argumentation part, hindi sila nag-appeal sa reader's emotion. It is strictly sticking with the logic and evidence. Okay, so yun yung kanyang gamit. Okay, so hindi niya po pinapakilman yung reader's emotion. Okay, sa persuasion naman, although pwede siyang gumamit ng logic and evidence, mainly, okay, it appeals and draws the reader's emotion. Okay, to have a specific action. Okay, so yun yung difference between the two, kay persuasion tsaka kay argumentation. Okay, so pasimplihin lang natin, meron tayong steps in persuasive writing. So para lang tawag dito, meron tayong gist kung paano ba nagagawa ng isang persuasive writing. Okay, so maiksi lang naman to. And then the examples, color coding, no, para guided. Okay, so these are the steps in persuasive writing. First daw, no, state your opinion and introduce your argument given in this one. And then another one, the second one is to give your reasons for your opinion. What was your reasons in the given opinion of yours? Okay, so those are the terminologies no, we used no, earlier or we had discussed earlier. Third, illustrate with examples not to support your opinion. Okay, so what was the examples? Okay, you can give examples. Okay, para supportahan yung opinion ninyo. Okay, so lumalabas na yung mga evidences natin. Okay, so that is examples. And then lastly, restate your opinion and your suggested solution. Okay, so i-restate nyo lang po no, yung opinion ninyo and then suggested solution. Of course, not always. No, when there is a particular problem or issue, okay, so there must be a solution. Okay, a suggested solution no, from you, nor from the writer. So hindi naman po pwedeng we have our claim, then puro arguments lang, wala naman tayong solution or any suggested solution. Okay, so that is, those are rather not the steps in persuasive writing. Okay, so,
Sir.
yes?
Sir, may tanong ako, sir.
Ano yan?
Di ba, sir, sabi niyo, sir, steps in persuasive writing.
Yes.
Ibig sabihin po ba nun, sir, na ano, na kailangan po talaga yan po talaga yung pagkakasunod-sunod?
Yung
Pagkakasunod-sunod po.
pagkakasunod-sunod, okay? So sa ating persuasive writing, meron pa rin naman introduction, no, body, tsaka conclusion. Okay, so these are the ano lang naman, the summative, kumbaga, summarize no lang steps natin. Pero hindi ito yung pinaka steps no ng lahatan ng isang entire persuasive writing. Okay, kasi yung persuasive niya, di ba, meron kayo sa oral communion ng if I'm not mistaken, the persuasive speech writing, if I'm not mistaken. So meron yata yun sa oral communication ninyo. So pasada lang na pagdating sa English for academics ng inyong steps. Okay, so in writing persuasively, no, just for a paragraph. Okay, so not for the entirety of the persuasive paper. Okay, so kasi nga magagamit nyo lang si persuasive writing, okay, doon sa inyong position paper. Okay, sa paggawa ng position paper. So I am giving you lang a gist no kung paano gumawa ng isang statement or ng isang paragraph using a persuasive writing. Okay, para sa inyong position paper. Pero the steps, no, kulang pa yan if ever. No, if you're going to create the entirety no, of a persuasion or a persuasive paper or persuasive speech. Okay, so this is just for a paragraph. Okay, para lang examples lang yan. Okay. Next, meron din tayo para sa argumentative writing, no, a shortened style no, of writing an argumentative writing or an argumentation. So first, ganun pa din, no, it's color coding. So sa first daw sa argumentative writing is to make a claim. Okay, so dapat meron muna tayong claim. What was our assertion? Okay, so in this time, many students ignore no, the significance of doing well no, in their studies. Okay, so that is his or her no assertion, no, the writer's assertion. Okay, second, okay, support your claim with reasons or evidences. Okay, kasi ang argumentative hindi naman nag-appeal into emotion. So dapat sabi logic tsaka evidences lang purely. Okay, so support your claim with reasons and evidences. Okay, this one, the green one. They often neglect their parents' sacrifices by getting low grades, no, or worst, yet getting a failing mark. Okay, so yung kanyang claim, no, yung mga bata daw ngayon, estudyante ngayon, ni-ignore yung significance of a study. Ano yung kanyang patunay? No, doon sa kanyang claim, ano yung kanyang reasons or evidence? Okay, so they often neglect daw the parents' sacrifices, okay, ng mga students, okay, by getting low grades, no, or worse, pagsak. Okay, so that is the support, no, para sa kanyang claim. Then acknowledge the counterclaim. Now, just like what I mentioned earlier, okay, so you must acknowledge the counterclaim. Now, kung may claim ka, of course, there will be counterclaims. Okay, so yung claim ng iba, sabi niya, on the other hand, okay, psychologists say, no, performance in school is influenced by many factors which include peers. Okay, so meron pang ibang dahilan, of course, no, ng claim niya. Okay, so pero in-acknowledge niya din no, yung counterclaim. Okay, so that's very much important. Pero Now, once you have acknowledged the counterclaim, now this is your paper, now you must refute the counterclaim then. Okay, so refute na the counterclaim. However, so meron tayong signal dito, no? A signal word of however. Okay, so that is a sign of refuting na the counterclaim. Now, to fare well in school is not only about influence, no, but also no, about being exposed no, to social realities such as difficulties no, of getting a decent job. Okay, so yun yung kanyang refusion ng counterclaim. Again, once we acknowledge the counterclaim, we must refute it. Okay? So yun yung kanyang function o yung purpose. No, kaya niya inacknowledge. And then of course, so you must conclude with a strong statement na pagdating sa dulo. Okay, kung sinimulan natin ng maganda, dapat it should be ended, okay, in a conclusion of a strong statement. Now, thus funding students to school becomes a big sacrifice among parents. Okay, so this is just example no, on how to write argumentatively no, by using these simple steps okay, in writing no, argumentatively no, in a paragraph form. Okay, so argumentative writing or argumentation tsaka persuasion, okay, so it's a big help no, or a big help rather, or plays a vital role no, when it comes to writing a position paper. Ayan pa, din ang pinagkaiba ng dalawa. Kung ilalagay natin sa table. So persuasive tsaka argumentative. Okay? When it comes to the claim, ang claim ng persuasive nakabase sa opinion. Okay? So ang claim ng ating persuasive nakabase na sa opinion. Okay? And then ang argumentative natin, ang claim niya is nakabase into a factual evidences. Okay? Pero of course, no, kung may opinion man tayo, it can be backed up no, still no, with evidences no, to make it a strong argument. Persuasive according to purpose, okay, it asks audience to do something. Okay, so if you truly persuaded no, the person, no, they must take an action. Okay, so you ask audience no, to do something. Argumentative naman, it proves a point no, to the audience. Okay, from the logic and evidences given. Okay, so the statement itself, no, the arguments itself, no, proves a point no, to the audience. So that is the purpose. And then persuasive naman according to basis. Ang basis ng persuasive is the reader's emotion. Okay, gaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, it appeals no, to the reader's emotion based on the character. Ang argumentative naman is established or based on the established position and logic or even no, evidences. Okay, so that is the difference between the two. Okay. So again, persuasion appeals no, to reader's emotion. And then on the other hand, argumentation naman relies on logic no, and evidences. Okay, so that is the difference no, between persuasive tsaka argumentative rather. Alright, so hanggang dun lang muna no, para sa ating lesson for this day. No, just featuring no, the different terminologies, additional terminologies rather na with regards to position paper, and then differentiating persuasion and argumentation. Okay, so the two basic writings no, which is specialized no, in convincing. Okay, so that will help you no, in writing your position paper. Now, on your Genio account, for this simple activity, kindly look for the lesson package, EAPP, Lesson Persuasion Argumentation, second quarter. And at the bottom part of it is your activity. Just hit the take quiz button, no password is needed. All right, so ganito po yung lalabas. So as you can see here on the screen, okay, we do have a 1 to 9 item only, no? So this is a 9 item activity. So you're just going to write persuasive if the statement refers to persuasive writing, and write argumentative if the statements refer to argumentative writing. Again, ang isasagot lang po persuasive tsaka argumentative. Okay, in uppercase form. Okay, so naka-capital letters po. Dito isasagot no sa mga blanks no given. Okay, as you can see here, 9 items lang to. Okay, so pero yung ating answer sheets, okay, yung answer sheet natin 10. Okay, so para magkaroon ng 10 or para magka 10 points, okay, isasagot po sa number 10 is the word bonus. Okay, again, isusulat po natin yung word na bonus no in uppercase form din. Okay, to get the 1 point, the plus 1 point, not to make it a total of 10. Okay, kasi 1 to 9 lang, no, yung nandito sa ating activity. Again, write the word bonus, no, doon po sa number 10, item in uppercase form. The rest ng 1 to 9, ang isasagot, persuasive lang, tsaka argumentative. Okay? Are we clear? Kindly hit the thumbs up button kung clear. All right. So kindly proceed na on working on your activity. So no need to rejoin once the Zoom meeting has ended. Kindly continue lang sa inyong activity.
Sir, yun dun po ba sa bonus, uppercase din po?
Yes po, uppercase lahat.